Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday night webinar. Hope everybody's here tonight. If you haven't, if you have a look at the list, let me just show you the list if you can't see it already. I'll stick it on. You should now be able to see the list. And if you have a look down the list, if you have people in your team that are not yet logged on, you can give them a quick message or a quick text and invite them on to the webinar. So if you have any difficulty at any point hearing, I recommend you log out and then log back in again. So if the picture freezes or you can't hear the speaker, or it's not usually anything that we can deal with. It's usually something which you will have to deal with at your end, because it's because of the speed of the internet connection, or it could be your equipment, it could be lots of things, but there's usually nothing we can do about it. So if you have any technical problems, just log out and then log back in again. Okay, so tonight we have a guest speaker, but before the guest speaker, I just want to, there's only one announcement actually. We're now into period 13. We're into December, which is one of the best retail months of the year. So hopefully we're halfway through the period. Hopefully you've got fantastic plans in place to maximize the retail profit between now and Christmas. You'll get loads of orders in the next few weeks. But the next big event coming up is in Birmingham on the 7th of January. And it's really crucial that you book into that event. If you haven't already done it, make sure you do it. If you're not sure how to do it, speak to your upline. But basically, you can call the service center and reserve yourself a ticket. If you haven't been to one before, it's completely free. So that's amazing. If you have been before, then I'm sure you're already booked in. But it's on the 7th of January. We will all be there. All the successful people will be there. So make sure you copy them and join us in Birmingham at the International Conference Centre on Broad Street, central Birmingham, on the 7th of January. There's loads of the team going. We'll all be sat together. Several hundred of us will be down there, and it will be an amazing event. You'll see people getting recognised, people winning cars, people moving up the pay plan, people getting amazing stories, checks. So you'll get inspiration, information, fantastic training, and it's really, really crucial that you don't miss it, because it will give you real excitement to kickstart your new year. So that's the conference on the 7th of January. It's really, really important. I hope you're booked in for that. Now, our speaker tonight is Mr. Gary Watson, who is our upline in the business, and he's been in the business now for about 20 years. He's got huge amounts of experience in the business. So please have a notebook and a pen ready. We will probably try and record it. If Ian and Carly are on, hopefully they can record it. I'm not sure where they are on actually. But if not, oh, they are on, yeah. If Ian and Carly can record it, they usually record it for us. That would be fantastic, and they can post it in the group tomorrow. But just in case it doesn't record, and it's a really good idea to make notes anyway. So please have a notebook and a pen, and fantastic. Thanks, Carly and Ian. Make sure that you take some notes, because it will sink in more. And then I recommend you watch the recording if we get it into the group tomorrow. But to give you an idea, you're going to get really valuable information. And Gary is a multiple conference qualifier. He's been to Arizona. He was on the Arizona conference, the Sea Goddess, which was a cruise in the Caribbean. He was the top qualifier for Malaysia, where he ended up on the finish line, on the checkered flag line of the Malaysian Grand Prix, which is a pretty amazing award actually. He was on the Adventures of the Seas cruise, and he was also in Jamaica more recently. But he's got huge experience in the business. And just have a listen to the figures here. His best turnover as a team for 4 weeks was £565,000. So £565,000 of orders in 4 weeks. in his network, in his team, and that means he's certainly turning over 4 or 5 million a year. 5 million turnover a year is a really massive business with a fantastic residual income. His best check is £10,700 for 4 weeks. So that's pretty amazing. So, like I say, have a notebook and pen, take good notes, because you're going to get some really amazing information. And what I'll do now is hand you over to Gary Watson, and I'll come back on at the end. So here.
Hi everybody, hope you can hear me and see me all right. If you maybe just put yes you can hear me, yes you can see me, and yes you can see my presentation all right. 3 Ys ideally, because I know sometimes the presentation doesn't load up correctly on this platform, but as long as you can hear me and see me all right. I know Neil asked me to touch on a little bit on my story, and amongst that, cover some points which has helped me and Esther over the last 21 years. As you can see there, I joined Clean Easy in 1995, and I'll cover that in a little bit more detail. Sometimes when you're new, you think people that's like high up in Clean Easy can be the corporate type, or coming across very salesman-y. Well, that's very not the case. Me and Esther are just ordinary people who applied ourselves to the Clean Easy opportunity and worked hard at it over the years, if you like. So you can achieve exactly the same as what we have, and many of the higher earners in our team are, like Neil and Karen. This is us as a family now, if you like. That photo was taken in Florida in March this year, and as a family now we have a wicked life because of the income we've created through Clean Easy. I mean, we've got 2 daughters. That's Amy, who's the oldest, and Sarah, who's 9. Amy's 12, and they've grew up in the Clean Easy lifestyle, if you like. We were already full-time Clean Easy, earning a lot of money when they joined, when they were born. So they've never known what struggle is like, if you like. I know when I was younger, my mum and dad really did struggle to bring me and my brother and sister up, because there simply wasn't enough money, and yet Amy and Sarah have had a wicked life, if you like, since being born. And it wasn't like that when I joined, though. I mean, sometimes people can look at the higher earners in Clean Easy and think we all had it great, and we had a cushy life from the beginning, but it wasn't. It was when I joined way back in 1995, life was a real struggle, if you like. I know I was stuck in a trap, the job trap, if you like. I'd left school at 18, and because I didn't do very well at school, I'd gone from one dead-end job to dead-end job, really, just labouring jobs. And I was stuck in this home to work to home trap. And to be honest, if I'd kept doing it to this very day, I would have either been unemployed or just working dead-end jobs, because I didn't leave school with any competence, and any decent qualifications, any belief in my own skills, nothing. I was like, in terms of being on the career ladder of like what you can achieve, I was right at the very bottom. And the most exciting thing about my week was putting the bin out once a week, if you like, because it really was home to work, work to home, home to work, work to home. And most people in their lifetime spend about 90,000 hours of their lifetime just doing the same, work to home to work, work to home to work, to get to retirement with very little to show for their lifetime of work, you know what I mean? And it's our job to wake people up and say there is a better way with Clean Easy, if you like. this is what I was typically earning as a labourer in a factory. Now you might be able to see that's £125 wage slip, and the date on that's October 1997. So I'd already been doing Clean Easy 2 years on that wage slip, but 2 years previous it was much the same. Nothing much changed in that job. It was just going to work, doing a dead-end labouring job, coming home and getting paid a pittance of a wage, you know what I mean? So that was back in 1995, which is like £7,000 a year less, which is a staggering poorly wage, you know what I mean? But I didn't know any different. I didn't have the qualifications or experience to get anything different, so I accepted what I could get, and that was what it was. About 125 quid a week. Sometimes I would get 150 quid a week if I worked a bit of overtime, but more often than not, that was what I got paid. And it got us in a bit of a hole really, because at that time I was behind on my mortgage, I was behind on my car, and accrued debt, which many people do, just borrowing from Peter to pay Paul really. And when Clean Easy come round, I couldn't even afford to join. So I was really struggling financially. That's the flat, if you like, I was living in, which I was behind on the payment. And that's not the exact car I was driving, but was one similar. And it was a right scrapper of a car, would never start. And more often than not, I would be late into work just trying to get my car started, because I'd have to go jump on a train or ring somebody up and see if that gives a lift into work. So life back then was far from where it is today, if you like. And like I said, if I'd kept on working the same job, doing the same thing, I would have been made redundant, and I would have just gone from one dead-end job to one dead-end job. So I joined off a warm list. My sponsor, who quit, by the way, made a list of names and put my name on that list. And I thank the Lord that he did, because I don't know if I would have rang an advert or rang a leaflet that come to my door or rang a shop ad or whatever advert could have been there. I don't know if I would have responded to it, because I didn't want another job. And that's what some people think they responded to, don't they? When they responded to an ad, they think they responded to a job advert. And I didn't want another job. And when Rob Foster, who's a high earner in Clean Easy, who's in our upline, came to see me with my sponsor, I wasn't very pleasant towards the opportunity and to them really. I just said, look, you've got 15 minutes to explain what this is about, because I've got to get to work. And within 15 minutes, they showed me what Clean Easy was about. And to be honest, it wasn't the circles that got me inspired to join. It was the fact that my sponsor that week had retailed over £400 from catalogues. And I remember saying to him, look, you've made 80 odd quid in a week just off catalogue orders. And he said, yeah. And I said, flipping heck. You know what I mean? Bearing in mind, that was like 2/3 of my job wage. So that inspired me to join. And this is why, even if you're an online Facebook retailer, try and get out there with catalogues, because it's actual physical orders that inspires people to join. And I couldn't afford to join. I had to borrow the money off my mum and dad. It was £45 per starter kit, and I joined with 50 catalogues, which wasn't enough, but it did get us started. So in the early days, I wasn't earning much money really. My upline back then would have looked at me and thought, he's never going to earn much or do much with it, because from the September until the Christmas time, I didn't really do much for Clean Easy. I think I hit me 10% once, and I was like a lot of people, I was inconsistent. I did a bit here, a little bit there. I wasn't ordering regularly, and hence I got off to a very slow start. If I could do that all again, I would get off to an amazing start. I would try and do as much as I could my very first period, because you only ever get one first month, one first period. And if you can go out there your first period and make like 300 quid or 400 quid or 500 quid, that's an amazing story to share with people, friends, the family, the people you work with, people you just sort of know through various contact. People snap your hand off these days for an extra 200, 300, 400, 500 quid a month. And if I had a sort of income back then to show people, I would have got more people joining me than what did, you know what I mean? I came to my first meeting that was being run in Durham, because when I started in my Clean Easy business, I was living in Gateshead, Tyne and Weir. Then because I fell behind on everything, I had to move back to my mum and dad, and they live in County Durham. So I moved back to my mum and dad's, couldn't afford to keep the place I was living at. And it was a big mistake not getting a story, because the growth of my Clean Easy business was sharing other people's stories, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's far better if you can share your own story of what you've achieved in your first month or second month or third month. And because in my first 3 or 4 months I piddled around a bit, I didn't have very much of a story to share. So rock bottom was where I started, really. I had nothing to show for the 13 years I'd been in working, because I'd left school at 18 and I joined Clean Easy at 31. And I had nothing. I didn't have a house. I didn't have any family. I couldn't even afford to run a car. I really was at rock bottom, at the point of trying to get my Clean Easy business growing. And sometimes people join Clean Easy when they're at the darkest hour, if you like, when they've either been made redundant or they've split from their partner, or they've get themselves in such a financial pickle that Clean Easy is like the last opportunity. So isn't it strange how we all come into Clean Easy in many cases when we desperately need to make some extra money. I know this is something that I showed at Peter and Jackie White's meeting last week, kind of thing, but see, what you've got to realise is it doesn't take a special type of person, it just takes a special kind of effort. And anybody can try, keep trying again, try a little differently, try it again tomorrow, try and ask for help. And believe you me, everybody, no matter where they are, needs some help and guidance. Try to find someone who's done it, and that's not difficult. Try to determine what's not working, because again, in the early days of building the Clean Easy business, we all make varying degrees of mistakes and errors. Try to determine what is working and just keep trying. And some people might argue there's no such thing as try, there's only do. But whatever it is, try or do, just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Because everything yields to persistence. I know sometimes you can get frustrated when sometimes you're making 1 step forwards and 2 steps back, but hey, and again, that happens to everybody. All you can do is just keep doing what works, and sooner or later your Clean Easy business does begin to yield to the work you're putting in. There's one thing for sure. Very rarely are you standing still. You are either making progress or you're in decline. And you usually find you're only going into decline if you stop being consistent, stop working the numbers, stop doing everything that you know works, really. So consistency is the key to everything. The only people who are moving up the bonus chart and consistently getting good orders with Facebook or with catalogs are the people who are consistent with it. And it's the same with recruitment. You have to be consistent with all the different rods in the pond. Otherwise, you're not making progress. You're on the slippery slope, if you like. This is really, really important to understand, and sadly some people don't get to this figure, you know what I mean? That doesn't quite come out right on this slide because there was a lot of text on the thing, but says successes in the numbers, but you've not really got started in Clean Easy until you've activated, and I stress activated, not recruited. Anybody can recruit a new team member. The key is to get them activated, getting them busy, getting them achieving, getting them making money. So you're just serving your apprenticeship, if you like, in Clean Easy when you've activated 20 to 30 people. Because when you have, you'll realise that the same statistics occur to you that occur to everybody else, that some will, some won't, so what? Just keep recruiting, keep activating people, keep helping them achieve what they want to achieve. The sad thing is, some people give up on network marketing and their Clean Easy future before they even activate 10 people. You know what I mean? When you think there's 40 working age people in this country, and because of the internet and social media, we can reach people anywhere in this country and in Ireland and in Spain. Surely you can activate more than 10 people in your Clean Easy career, if you like. But remember, you're just getting started when you've done 20 to 30. If you do activate that many people, you'll most definitely begin to progress up the bonus chart. Normally when you've activated that many, you're on your way to gold and beyond anywhere. But never give up on your Clean Easy business if you've not got to that number. That's the figure minimum you need to aim for. Then you're on your way, then you've served your apprenticeship, if you like, then you've got the experience, then you've got a little bit of confidence, and you'll realise, as I said, that there'll be some people in there that are dead keen to pursue it and grow the Clean Easy business, and there'll be some people there that just want to waste your time. But the good thing is you'll never ever run out of people. I've gone too far there, so I'll take that back one. It's flicking ahead too fast here for me, I'm being too keen. Out of every 10, this is typically what you would get anywhere. So usually, as a guide, you would get a clever dick who knows it all, tries to tell you how to do Clean Easy. You'll get a people that, strangely enough, will just lie, which is a bit sad, but that can happen. You'll get 2 people that will just plod on at their own pace and own time. You'll get 1 person that's going to get started one of these fine days, and another one that hits the figure once in a blue moon. Now that can be dire reading if you're just into team building for brand new, but it's the same for everybody. Not everybody who joins Clean Easy is going to think, right, I'm going to build it, I'm going to grow it as big as I can, and I'll stay in it forever. Because just like in jobs, not everybody gets the job that is advertised. The employer will pick what they deem to be the best people amongst the people they interview. You know what I mean? It's the same with Clean Easy. You'll get a mixture of all sorts of people joining, but usually as a guide, 2 to 3 people out of every 10 should stay with you, should be keen to learn, should be keen to grow the Clean Easy business, and should be keeping in contact with you and keen to learn how to grow and achieve, you know what I mean? So don't get frustrated if you're getting lots of clever dicks and steady eddies. All you can do is just keep recruiting, because the good people do come along. There's proof of that on this webinar alone, you know what I mean? So no matter who you are or where you are, you cannot change it. It's just the way it is. This is what's definitely keen to know. You cannot succeed without failing on a big scale. All the people who make 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 grand a month, 15 grand a month, 20 grand a month or more have all failed their way to success. Because it's never all plain sailing in any business. You'll always encounter failure. You'll fail to achieve some goals. You'll fail with some personal stuff. You'll fail to reach various bonus levels. You'll fail to achieve some trips that Clean Easy set. But hey, in amongst all the failure, success, if you keep at it, will come your way. And success can mean different things to different people. It's not necessarily about loads of money. It can be about just peace of mind. It can be about being able to do more with your family. It could be just being a better mum, dad and parent and that, you know what I mean? So success is different for different people. But in amongst success will always be failure. You cannot just zoom through life and succeed. What you've got to do is make your goals bigger than your excuses, really, because I suppose it's easy and everybody's guilty of it. Just put off till tomorrow what can be done to today. And I would recommend you, whatever you're aiming for, keep it in your mind, keep it in your sight. Pin up goals that you're aiming for all over the place, because it's little things that gets you doing what you need to do. It might be like upgrading your car, it might be going on a dream holiday, it might be doing something amazing with like your parents. Whatever your goals are, pin them up where you can see them, because funny enough, people who do that always achieve more than the people who don't. Sometimes you can think that you need an army of people to make a lot of money in Clean Easy. You can achieve goal of stability where you're making $1,000 to $1,500 with 10 to 20 active. People can get to bronze executive where you're earning $30,000 a year with 30 to 50 active people. You can get to SED with like 100 to 150 people where you're making over $5,000 a month. And Premier where you're making over $10,000 with 250 people. Now remember, I said there's 40 million working age people in this country. So the good thing is you're growing your Clean Easy business, other people will begin to introduce people themselves. So you're not having to do all the recruiting and teaching yourself anyway. And just remember, you don't need like millions of people. Sometimes when people see people making a lot of money in Clean Easy, they must think they must have thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Not really. They've just got their business structured correctly. And as you can see there, to make $10,000 a month, it could be like with like 250 plus people, just structured properly, you know what I mean? I think I've gone too far with my slides here. I've missed out some slides. This is something that Alan Moffat said years and years ago. You cannot build a Clean Easy business with a wishbone. You've got to have a backbone. You know what I mean? And people who have backbone will keep working it, keep building it, keep growing it. People who wish they could find some people or wish they could get some better orders never do, because their hopes and dreams are all pinned on wishes and not work. You've got to have a bit of backbone in Clean Easy, because as long as you keep growing, you're going to encounter various challenges sometimes along the way. Sometimes you're going to have the creeping doubts whether Clean Easy is going to work for you, and you've just got to get a bit of backbone, really. I'm just going to flick back on these slides because I think it's gone too fast for me clicking on this too keenly, and I've missed out some slides here, so just bear with me while I go back. I've missed some out, if you like. The presentation's zoomed ahead. Right, here we go. This is the point when I give up my job. I'd got my income up to £2,000 a month in my spare time, and I hated my job with a passion, as I mentioned earlier. And when I realised it doesn't take a special person, it just takes a special effort, I committed to hard work in my spare time alongside Clean Easy. And I used to work 7 till 3, 3 to 11, so I worked shift work. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to get on the phone and do callbacks. It wasn't easy to fit in the retail around the shifts, but I did it because I wanted to and I knew I could, and I was committed to growing my Clean Easy business. I was not at that point committed to my job, even though I stayed there while I built this income up. And that's a certificate of income back then, showing the income nearly £2,000 a month, and the certificate of incomes back then were different to what they are now. The retail profit used to be separate from the volume profit, and I'd retail that period £1,303, if you like, made £273, and the bonus into the bank was just under £2,000 a month. And I sent that letter to my boss to say, you can take your job and go give it to somebody else. Because at that point, I knew without a shadow of doubt my future was not in that job, and it was with Clean Easy. This thing I never like when I'm doing these webinars. This is something which is really, really important to you, keeping you involved in Clean Easy, because sometimes when you join, setting goals doesn't come easy. It's different, it's new, it's alien to many people. But setting goals keeps you involved, keeps you doing the work, keeps you focused on achieving something. And like every year, at the beginning of the year, people have high expectations. People are going to set this goal and they're going to achieve that and they're going to do this and the year's going to be amazing. And then by the end of like February, people's shoulders have dropped and it's like, well, same old really. We're just going to meander through the year. But try and write yourself a list of 50 things you want to achieve. And these could be simple things, like from reading a book a month to spending more time with the family, to changing the car, to achieving Goal Distributor, to achieving a Clean Easy conference. Write them down and have this list where you can see it, right? And pin it up everywhere, on the back of the loo door, in your office, on the bedroom, because then you can see what you're working towards. And I tell you, if you tick them off as you're achieving them, and again, what's important to people is different for all sorts of people. It could be like getting a new washing machine. It could be silly little things, what might be important to you, but just tick them off as you're getting them. Because at the end of the year, you can look back and think, hey, we've had an amazing year. We've got this, we've achieved that. And look back with a sense of achievement rather than thinking you haven't achieved so much at all. Because sometimes people get a bit disillusioned when they've not achieved the bonus level or they've not qualified for one of the Clean Easy conferences, whether that be the international one or the European one. But if you yourself have achieved lots of goals you've set yourself in the year, you will look back with a great sense of achievement. It's so important. Try and date them if you can, and that puts you under a little bit of pressure as well to achieve them quicker. Success is in the numbers, if you like. I know as I was growing my Clean Easy business, and sometimes this is the same for everybody, sometimes you wonder if anybody's really going to treat it seriously and grow it at the same pace you would like them to grow. And yet this was the first real good couple that joined our business in 1997, John and Wendy English. They went flying through the Clean Easy plan and went on to achieve SED. Neil and Karen Young did the same, joined a year later. And after he got out of his job after 2 or 3 years, then his Clean Easy business, their Clean Easy business, began to really take off. Abigail Corky is in Neil and Karen's team, and again they worked their way to SED. Peter and Claire Ray joined in March 2000. and they went to grow an SED business, and Ram and Sylvia Lamb joined in March 2001. Now, if you took them 5 distributorships out of our Clean Easy business, we would have a much smaller team, which I hope that makes sense. We definitely wouldn't be turning over the £400,000 plus that we are today. So sometimes just think there's going to be some people join your Clean Easy business that will go on to together, you and them, and create a huge team together, if you like. And the more people you get into your business that are keen to grow it to gold, to bronze, to SED, the more you'll achieve together as a team, you know what I mean? And these people are a real important part of our Clean Easy business. And they all earn like quite a sizable amount of money. This slide sometimes doesn't want to move on. 5 years into Clean Easy, the income had grown to over £5,000 a month. And at that point, I was doing Clean Easy on my own. I'd never met Esther, if you like, till that year. And we didn't get together till the back end of the year 2000, beginning of 2001. And I know sometimes people think, I'm doing Clean Easy on my own. I'm not sure if I can do it. I'm not sure if I can build a successful Clean Easy business. Well, there's plenty of examples of people who are on their own, single, building fantastic Clean Easy incomes and fantastic Clean Easy business. So never think, just because you might not have a partner or a wife or a husband, that you cannot make a success of Clean Easy. Yes, you can. You've just got to work that bit harder, you know what I mean? Because obviously when you're a couple, you can share the role a bit. Whereas back then, I was having to run meetings all over the country. I was obviously having to coach people, support people, and still recruit people, etc., etc. All the process of building a Clean Easy business. And when you're on your own, it isn't as easy as being as a couple, but it can be done, if you like. And at that point, we'd put in place the foundations of a Clean Easy business, which would pay us forever, because there was already good people on board, already building their Clean Easy business within ours, and I knew it was only going to grow and grow and grow. I've showed that already. This is really important. Sometimes, especially when you're new, you begin to compare yourself to other people in Clean Easy. And sometimes you can make the mistake of thinking, well, I couldn't be like them. I couldn't retail £1,000 a month, or I couldn't do £2,000 a month, or I couldn't speak on a webinar, or I couldn't speak at a meeting. But just remember that some people are in several weeks, some people are in several months, some people in Clean Easy are in several years. And the longer you're in, the more knowledgeable you get, the more confidence you get, the more belief you get. So this is a message we need to get across to all new people. Somebody's chapter 20 in Clean Easy, if you like, that could be the 20th month in, will be completely different to someone's who's brand new, who's lacking in a little bit of belief and competence. And it's just a case of trying to nurture people through the process of learning all the steps of growing a Clean Easy business and achieving, if you like. This is something that I saw Claire Kinsella do. Now, I was in Jamaica last year with Claire, and or the year before, and Claire and her husband Chris had gone to Jamaica, and by the time they got there, all their team had fizzled away, if you like. They'd worked really hard to get there, they'd got there on the new business sales, if you like. And by the time they went, they hardly had anybody left in the team. And they felt so ashamed and embarrassed that they'd gone on this fantastic trip, but had nobody left to go back to. But you know, their sponsor and their upline just instilled a little bit of belief in Claire and Chris that what you can do once, you can do again. And this sometimes can happen where you can lose some of your team members, but you know, if you can do anything once, you can do it again. And they just encourage them that, look, it is possible. Just get busy again, keep recruiting people, keep activating people, keep teaching people to sponsor. And you know, within a year or two, their Clean Easy businesses just had their best ever year. They're up to like 55,000 turnover, and they've got some amazing people in their team now. And yet, when they were in Jamaica, they had nobody. So it just shows how within a space of a year or two, anything is possible. Anything. You've just got to keep at it. Keep consistent with all the things that work. These are some of the highlights, if you like, over the last couple of years. I mean, me and Esther got married in 2003. And we had a stack of Clean Easy people there. Neil and Karen are on there as well. And we had an amazing day. You know what I mean? Me and Esther met through Clean Easy. And it was like a mini Clean Easy conference, if you like. That was fantastic. We ever so proud to have 2 distributors a year in our team, with like Neil and Karen, who are the current ones, and Pete and Claire Rhea, who won it a year or 2 ago. And it's the highest accolade a Clean Easy distributor can win, if you like. That's our home, which we've lived in now for 10 years. And we could never afford a 6-bedroom house on the sort of wages that I was on when I joined, if you like, and we pay an extra to get that paid off. And it must be amazing to not have a mortgage at all, you know what I mean? In 2001, as Neil touched on, we was the top achievers in Clean Easy. And we went from gold executive to platinum SED in 1 year. And our team that year had an amazing year. Nearly everybody in the team just was racing through bonus levels and achieving massively. And as a result, we got that award. And Clean Easy took us to the Malaysian Grand Prix and up the Twin Towers, if you like, in Malaysia, which was an amazing experience, you know what I mean? 10 years in, if you like, our income had reached 100 grand a year, which is a huge amount of money. It's 93,000 more than I earned as a labourer. And that's a letter there which hasn't come out very clear, but it just said in that year we earned £103,000, which was a staggering amount of money, more in a month than I used to earn in a year. And you know, anybody can achieve what we have if you just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Anything is possible. And that's like life-changing income. There's not many people in this country who earn that sort of money working from home. We've earned, since joining, we over 1.2 million. And the key thing is, if I had stayed in my dead-end job, I would have had to work for 245 years or more to make the same sort of money. And as we know, human beings cannot work for that long. So Clean Easy is a better way. It's a life-changing opportunity. It's definitely saved our lives. And I thank the Lord to my sponsor who made a list, put my name on it, if you like. As it says here, 21 years later, we have an amazing lifestyle. I mean, there's one of the sort of incomes last year, which is over 10 grand. Our last 3 this year have gone 8, 7, 8, 9, and 10.5. So to this very day, we earn a huge amount of money. And it just means as a family, we have an amazing lifestyle. And anybody can achieve what we have. Sometimes in the early days, you can have the creeping doubts, but you've just got to keep seeking advice, keep plugging into the webinars and the meetings, keep doing what you're taught to do. And if I could whisk everybody back to when I joined, and just did it for a month in 1995, you would soon say, look, take us back. Because Clean Easy back then was nowhere near as good and as productive as what it is now. I mean, the incentives are amazing for new people. None of them were around when I joined in 1995. Not even when Neil joined, in fact. So the incentives for new people are amazing. And this is why new people are achieving far more, far quicker than when I got going back in 1995. This slide doesn't want to move forward. Oh, just a second, it's jumped forward a quick. Few too many there. Let's try and do it this time. This is really important. I know we talk a lot about money and what money can do, but money comes and goes, so does things. Materialistic things can come and go. But experiences you'll remember forever, and you will experience some amazing things in your Clean Easy career. We've been able to travel all over the world that we wouldn't have been able to do had we not grown our Clean Easy business. And our kids have, and they're still only young, you know what I mean? So, as it says there, fill your life full of experiences, not full of things. Try and do as much as you can while you've got the chance, you know what I mean? While you're building your Clean Easy business, it's really important, I think, to not overlook the things that are valuable to you, whether that's family, like your parents, your spouse, your kids, whatever you value the most in your life. Don't overlook them in the pursuit of growing a Clean Easy business, because sometimes it's sad that the Clean Easy business can drive a wedge between couples. Sometimes I've seen people split up because of Clean Easy, which is insane really, because they joined together to build a Clean Easy business together. So address, if you can, what's valuable to you every month, you know what I mean? Like I say, whether that's family or just something that you might have bought along the way, materialistic thing. We're all born equal. There's nobody any better than anybody else when we come into this world. It's like what we do while we're here. So just keep following the advice. Keep being consistent. Keep working your Clean Easy business. And the best years are yet to come with Clean Easy. I mean, obviously, many people know they're going to expand into other countries. We've got the potential in this country to add at least 20 or 30,000 more distributors, which will mean people can make an enormous amount of money in this country without the need to expand abroad. But it's fantastic that we can if we want to, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm not sure if I've covered all my slides here. This thing was skipping forward all the time. I didn't like these webinar platforms. They're temperamental. So have an amazing 2017 anyway. Have a lovely Christmas and New Year, and we'll hopefully see all of you at the Clean Easy Conference on the 7th of Jan. So I'm going to end my presentation and hand back to Neil.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Gary. Absolutely brilliant information. Just to summarize, actually, it's amazing when you think about Gary's story. He started out earning about £130 a week in a factory and went from there to 100 grand a year in Clean Easy in a 6-bedroom house. And I'll tell you what, I can remember when I joined the business, I think he was a bronze exec actually when I joined, and he just qualified for Arizona. He'd just come back from Arizona, I think, around that time. And he was totally fired up, totally focused, totally doing the job, doing what needed to be done, really, really consistently and persistently. And just look where it took him. But he said a number of things which are very, very important. I love the slide about the 10 steps to success, like try again, keep trying. everything yields to persistence, and we teach that all the time, but he's a fantastic example of it, really. He also said that if you want to build a team, you should activate a minimum of 30 people, and then you've served your apprenticeship, which is really good advice. I must say that's fantastic advice, because some people, they sponsor half a dozen people, and then when things haven't worked out, they think they've done all the work and it hasn't worked. But if you look at it that way, activating, not just recruiting, but activating a minimum of 30 people just to do your apprenticeship. And if you did that, as he said, you'd be well on the way to building your business, actually. And I love the thing about if you sponsor 10 people, you get the idiots, the clever dicks, and all that stuff. That's a fantastic training I've used myself on numerous occasions. And the bottom line of that is it's easier to give birth than it is to raise the dead, which is fantastic advice in our business. And make your goals bigger than your excuses. All of that's really, really fantastic information. Have a backbone, not a wishbone. And the story about Chris and Claire Kinsella as well was fantastic. So there you go. You can see how the Clean Easy opportunity has completely transformed Gary's life, Gary and Esther's life, their family. But it only works if you work. But if you ask Gary what he's done, he's only done what the rest of us teach people to do. He's just done it really consistently and really persistently for a long period of time. And if you just take nothing else away from this webinar, is that you need to have a long-term perspective, have your goals, be consistent, be persistent, enjoy the journey, and see where it can take you. But that was a fantastic training. So thanks very much to Gary for giving up his time and coming on the webinar. And we'll see you all, as he said, in Birmingham in January, and we'll see you again next Monday. Thank you very much.